Hey, happy Friday, everyone. So, this message is for Opportunity Zone projects that are looking for capital. So, here's a question that I've got for you. Do you solicit or do you set up an opportunity fund? And I think that's kind of $1 million question. And I think right now a lot of the people are looking, saying, hey, I'm going to solicit as a project. So let's kind of talk about this today. A lot of what we're kind of seeing here at Easy Do It. I want to kind of break this down into kind of three key things today to kind of, as a project looking for funding, to take into consideration. So the first thing is this. Let's talk about and understand the economics in the opportunity zone space right now, because you really have an inverted supply demand yield curve at the moment. You've got exponentially more opportunity capital gain investors that could put money into opportunity funds than what you actually even have funds that exist. We've got an anticipated minimum market cap of 150 to 250 billion dollars. It could be exponentially more than that. We've got a market cap of 250, 280 roughly real opportunity funds, not counting the ones that have made announcements and stuff, but the ones that are really out there hitting it hard and working with investors and being solicited. But you've got this inverted supply demand yield curve right now. And so, there's a time, place, and season for everything. And if you look at that, you have to look at this inverted curve right now and ask yourself, as a project, do I set up an opportunity fund? Or do I take my project and do I go and solicit an opportunity fund? So we know that as a project, you've got way more demand, but you've got a limited supply pool, which brings us to number two, which means you've got two ponds as an opportunity zone project, whether it's a QOZB or whether it's a real estate project. You've got two ponds to fish in, either A, the pond of the opportunity funds, which is called 250, 280 opportunity funds, of which you've got a market cap, if you fill them all up, of 75, 80 billion, and only a fraction of that has actually been raised. Or you've got the ocean of capital gain investors that have capital gains that could potentially invest into an opportunity zone fund. Everything in this program originates with the investment into a fund first, then the fund into the project. And you're at the project level. If your project is a good project, the opportunity zone funds are not designed to polish a turd, but they're designed to take a good project and enhance that project to what might not otherwise be an available marketplace of investors into said project, be it business or real estate. But you've got two ponds that you're fishing in. And the one pond is a much smaller pond and one is an ocean. And so you're soliciting opportunity funds. The second thing is that let's take a look at the opportunity funds that you are soliciting. So now you've got 250, 280, let's just call it 300 just for a simple round number for argument's sake. We'll say we got 300 opportunity funds out there, of which you've got less than 1% that are blind pooled funds, meaning that they're just raising capital and have no investment already pre-identified. 99.1%, 2% of these things are either single asset focused or they're multi-asset focused, and they've already got at least one project identified that they're raising for, typically a round A for, and they may have 2, 3, 4, 5 projects in some cases, a pipeline of these things. And so when we're talking about a brand new project trying to find funding in the opportunity zone space, the reality of it is that I don't believe that the timing for this, there's a time, place, and season for everything in life. I don't think that the timing for this makes sense to come at it just saying, hey, here's a project, invest into us as an opportunity zone fund. Market really dictates. Think about this for a second. The market needs opportunity zone funds. If your project is a great project, set up an opportunity zone fund around it, because that brings me to my third point, which is this is due diligence. Let's say you do find a handful of opportunity funds that have the extra money invested in their fund and they're willing to take a look at your project. Now you've got to comply to that fund's due diligence investment criteria. Why would you not just want to control that aspect of it? Highlight the project as the investment and set the fund up, and then now you're controlling the due diligence investment criteria. So my suggestion is this, for what it's worth, if you're an OZ project out there Now's the time to set up an opportunity fund. You know, set one of these things up. Use a third party. There are plenty of third party service providers that are out there that can help you structure and set up opportunity funds. But, you know, if you take a look at, think about the mutual fund market space, for example. You've got 15,000 plus mutual funds investing in the same 8,000 plus companies. This market space, the investors, to really grow in a healthy manner, the investors need to be able to have a large supply chain to be able to pull from. And that's the opportunity funds. That's how you keep up with the investor growth. Because if the investor bubble were to pop right now, it'd fill every opportunity fund up 3, 4, 5 times over again. So the market space is really crying and needs quality opportunity zone projects and funds to be established around those projects, be it business or real estate. And I know that there are tens of thousands of OZ projects that are out there that could easily be set up as an opportunity fund, and that would really give an investor an opportunity that they might not otherwise have. Think about it like that. A much, much wider net. Hope this finds you well. Bye.